next 10 years than Jay-Z?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I'm saying.
There will be no other one who has a better career than Jay-Z.
10 years ago, I don't know if I've seen Jay-Z doing it.
He was doing it because he had the money to do it when Biggie was alive.
Yeah, but he wasn't in the forefront.
He was still making moves.
He wasn't in the forefront.
Him and Dame.
It took Jay-Z a while to get big status.
It took Biggie a while to get big status.
No, he off one album.
No. Biggie was rapping like 6 years before he was actually noticed.
So the first album he dropped was Suicide.
And the first album Jay dropped wasn't hot?
It wasn't as big.
Of course it's not going to be as big because Big was out at that time.
Exactly the point.
All right, but the argument is, would Jay-Z be as big as he is now? Yes, because Jay-Z's mindset was bigger than rap at that time. Biggie, his mindset was only rap at that time. Jay-Z was thinking way more and way bigger than rap.
No, it wasn't. Biggie was about to do everything on his own. He was leaving Bad Boy. This was
all right.
more albums.
But all right, can you honestly see Biggie owning a basketball team? Can you see Biggie owning 40 clubs outside of the country? Can you see him owning clothing lines?
Yeah, all Jay-Z really did was follow Biggie's blueprint.
How far did Sean John go?
Sean John is Biggie. Sean John is still bigger than Rockaware and always
No,
will
it's
be.
not. No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Rockaware did $100 million the first year it was out. All profit.
It's all hood shit.
But it's all
Sean John appeals to the mass market,
right,
business suits and stuff like that, so it's going to pull in more money.
All right, but it still pulled in more money the first year than Sean John ever did.
It's the demographic, so like you said,
it don't matter the demographic, but the cash is what matters. $100 million.
Yeah, 100 million.
Green. It don't matter the demographic.
And Rockaware wasn't
five
businessmen
businessmen buy a Sean John suit as opposed to a whole neighborhood buying Rockaware clothes.
That was Dame Dash's mistake.
What was that?
That was Dame Dash's idea. That wasn't Jay's idea.
No, that was both of their ideas. Rockefeller was split down the middle. It was split between three people. It was split between Dame Dash. It was split between Jay-Z and the person that he's running.
Biggs.
Yeah, Kareem Biggs, the person that he's running the 40 clubs with now. And Juan Perez.
I mean, the idea comes from everybody.
What was that?
Just because we split the company, don't mean the idea comes from everybody.
Keep going. I think it's cool. It's cool.
Picking up?
Yeah, we're good.
All right. So I mean, like.
Hold on. Yeah, go. Yeah.
It's all about who took that. It's all about who took the idea and ran with it at the end of the day. See, when these people split up, that's when you see who needs who. When Dame split up with Jay, what is Dame doing now? Dame's a fashion model expert, but he's not making nowhere near the money he was making when he was with Jay. Juan Perez is no longer with Jay. He's not making nowhere near the money he was making with Jay. Jaz-O is no longer with Jay. He's no longer making nowhere near the money Jay is making. Jay just pulled in $738 million this year. Profit.
Okay, in a big world life, that wouldn't even happen.
I don't see that not happening.
I don't see it happening. Okay, first off, you're an underboss. You're not even, the man. Everything you got was off of Big Style.
No,
yes.
No, it wasn't.
Because if it wasn't Big Style, he'd still be rapping fast like Jaz-O.
Hawaiian Sophie.
I don't see that happening.
But that's what it is. Like, his style wasn't this slow. His style wasn't like this. That's Big Style.
All right, but if he was still rapping fast, people would say he'd be rapping like Pop at the same time. So.
No, because nobody.
Everybody's style comes from somewhere. It's the same thing like the whole Kobe Bryant and Jordan situation that we had. Like, you could sit there and say Kobe plays like Jordan all day, but at the end of the day, Kobe is the one making those shots. At the end of the game, it's not saying how many points Jordan scored. It's saying how many points Kobe scored, regardless of who he did it like.
Okay, but to go on the other side of that question, if there was no Jordan, would there be a Kobe? Would he be as good as he is?
Yeah, because he's still a great athlete. He's still a great athlete. Who goes in and puts in the effort that Kobe does right now, 82 games a year?
LeBron.
But is he
Carmelo.
better? Are they honestly better? No, they're
I
not.
think Carmelo's better than Kobe.
No. Do you watch basketball?
Let me ask you that question. Do you watch basketball?
Yes, I watch
Nobody
basketball.
scores easier than Carmelo.
Nobody's you saying right now Kobe does not score easier than Carmelo Anthony.
That's what I'm saying.
All right. I'm done with the conversation.
That's what I'm saying.
I am done with the conversation. This guy obviously does not watch Laker games.
When's the last Denver game you saw? I'm not saying Carmelo was always better, because if you would have asked
He was
2 years ago,
never better.
Carmelo
He's never
was
better.
not even on the radar.
He was never better than him. He's not even better than LeBron, and LeBron's not better than Kobe.
LeBron is over. LeBron, he's good, but I think he's a little overrated.
He's not overrated.
I don't think he's overrated.
He's not overrated. He took a Cleveland team that was in the shitter and turned that
Detroit
into
by
a
himself.
championship
I
team.
understand that, but
Denver took
I won't put him on the
Carmelo Anthony took a team that was good and made it into a subpar team still. It's still a subpar team at most.
team?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah, there are teams
You
out
don't
there that are
honestly
better.
believe that?
They're part
Yeah.
of the NBA elite right now.
They're not elite.
You know what? I agree. This conversation is pretty much a wrap. Let's get back on subject. Jay-Z and Big, like, there's no way you can tell me that Jay-Z will be as big as he is. It's just impossible.
Who will be pioneering it right now?
Big.
There's no way he would be pioneering it.
In fact,
And I'm a Biggie fan. I love Biggie to death. I just don't see him going as far as y'all claim he would go with Diddy. Not Diddy.
Him and Diddy was at one
But
album.
that don't matter. He would still be with him regardless.
No, he was said he was leaving.
But that don't matter. They were still friends. They were still close friends.
Friends and business are two different things. Like Dame and Jay were friends.
All right, but they split up on bad terms. Diddy and Biggie was not splitting up on bad terms.
And if we're talking about Diddy being in
Hey,
Diddy's career,
hold on. Fuck all that. Easy-E would be on top if he was still alive. Fuck everybody.
he would slide off.
Well, he
that
was
dirty
on
trophy.
top. Well, he was on top. That's how he got the AIDS.
Wow.
But I mean, Diddy and Biggie's career is kind of irrelevant because, if I'm mistaken, we all, didn't Diddy give Jay-Z the means to make American Gangster, which is one of his best albums to date?
Yes, he did. All the
What was
samples
that?
that were given to
All the
Jay-Z
samples,
for American
every
Gangster
beat that was on American Gangster
was
had a
supposed to
Diddy
be for
hit in it.
Biggie's last album on Bad Boy.
Now let me ask you a question. If anybody else was on that album, would it have sold as much as Jay-Z sold it?
If Big was on that album?
Yes.
No.
Hands down, no problem.
No. What you guys are hung up on right now is you guys are hung up on Biggie in his prime, and you're not looking past his prime.
It's kind of hard to look
Every
past something
artist has a decline. The problem is Jay-Z has not declined yet, and Biggie is far past dead. He still has the buzz that he has. He can go out and sell 1 million records next week and you won't even realize that Biggie was living.
Nah.
So when he drops the Blueprint 4 and he sells 1.5 million the first week, you gonna say, oh, that's because of Biggie?
No, but I'm saying
Well, Biggie Rhymes had nothing to do with it at that point. All right, he's still selling millions of records, and Biggie's dead. There's nobody else right now but Jay.
Exactly my point. You're making a point. There is nobody else but Jay.
But
So that means that
but
like you said, there's nobody else but Jay. So that means that if you want music or you want something that sounds like Biggie, then you're gonna buy a Jay record. Like Sean was not on Biggie's level, but he sounded like Big. So guess what? How many did Sean sell? 2 million? Just off
good
the
numbers.
The point that I'm proving.
Did he?
The point that I'm proving is everybody says that Jay-Z is still stealing Biggie's flow and still sounds like Biggie. There's no comparison right now. Jay-Z has his own flow, his own style right now. Did the Blueprint 3 not express that? Did it not? Who does he sound like on the Blueprint 3? He does not sound like Biggie.
I mean, well, you really can't even compare the two.
Who does he
with
sound like
Big,
on the Blueprint 3?
I guess you would say Jay.
And he sold 800,000 the first